Okay, here's the latest update. Other than the rebar, these footings are done as far as I'm concerned. Well, and I've got a few more. I got to cut some more cross pieces and put them in, but I've got a little more tapping, a little more leveling to do in a couple areas. Like this side's a little bit higher than this side, but it's not off by much. So here's what I ended up doing. I just filled this thing with water. It's the easiest way to find level. I ran these strings and I put my string levels on, and you get pretty close, but really in this big of a span, I was still finding myself off by half an inch or more by the time I reach, I started in this corner right here. By the time I reached down there, I was off by about a half an inch. So I just filled it with water and tapped it all down to where it's basically just touching the water. The footings aren't perfectly square. If I had it to do over again, I'd do a few things different. But anyway, so you can see it's pretty much all just touching along that edge. I did the same thing with this one here. So the water isn't completely even. This section here is a little bit deeper, about a half inch than the rest of it, but it's close enough for me. So this section here, I can't seem to get to stay down. So I'm going to end up putting something with some weight on there just to basically push it down and hold it there. Probably a concrete block or something once I take that string off of there. But the rest of it is pretty well done. You can see the water's just touching all along the bottom there. And then over here, you can kind of see the reflection. It touches, it stops for a little bit, and then it touches again down here. So the board's not perfectly square, but close enough. Same thing here, you can see it's just barely into the water. This corner here, I might tap down a little bit more. It's got a little bit more of a gap than I want. But this board here is, well, you can see the corner block is touching. So anyway, so that's where we're at. So now I'll just let it all dry. Put my rebar, which you can see, that's all around, spread out kind of, so it'll be easy. And then there's the rebar chairs that it sits on. So once it dries, I'll put those, put the rebar in, put the chairs on, put it on the chairs. And then I've got some wire to tie. You got to tie all the rebar. I'll use thinner rebar for the corners. It's easier to bend. And then just tie, basically, tie a corner piece. Use the straight pieces in the long runs, the thick pieces, I should say, in the straight runs. And then you overlap them a little bit, tie them together all the way along. So anyway, that's about it. And then this will be ready. Oh, and I got to put, that's the other thing. So there's a gap underneath, and I still got to put dirt all along there just to hold it for when we pour the concrete. So it doesn't pour, go out the bottom. So anyway, that's about it. The other thing I've thought about doing is getting the tiller over here and tilling this up, basically just to take all the roots out, because at some point when this is done, I'm going to be crawling around underneath of here, probably laying down some to run the electrical and the water and stuff. So haven't decided for sure yet if I have time and ambition. The highs are about 100 degrees, so may not get around to that, but we'll see. Mainly I would do that section over there. Is going to be a lot of electrical. The front there where the plumbing is, and the electrical comes in over there also. It'll come in there and then go back. I think I'm going to put the breaker panel back here on the back wall. So anyway, there's the progress.